Welcome back, hot dogs. It's your boy Spider Pig.
Keep my shit.
Oh my fucking gosh, woman. Anyways, let's get straight into the videos. Y'all already know we got a nice playlist for y'all today. Hopefully y'all having a good day. Something to do. Let's see. That looks about right.
Dragon Ball Daima, Episode 11, The Birth of Majin Buu. In this episode, Majin Buu finally makes its debut as a more robust and powerful version of Majin Buu. With a yellow hue and an even more intimidating appearance, Majin Buu raises questions about its potential to surpass the most powerful Tamagami and adversary that has proven invincible even against the mightiest forces of the demon realm. Unlike Majin Buu, Majin Buu gives a commendable fight to Tamagami, showcasing its enhanced strength and ability.
Hold on, I gotta get this damn video recording for Rumble. See, I almost fucked up, but I remembered. Of course, it's taking its sweet time today. Shouts out to it taking its sweet time, because y'all know how we do. We do it live, baby. Hopefully you're having a good day. Oh, it's starting to do something. I'm glad I know that's up close on me. Shouts out to the close up on me. So when I lean back, you get to see this Venom Thermal. Shouts out to Venom Thermal. You know how we do, Spider Pig, baby. Where I review entertaining content. So if you have something you want to watch, just let me know. I'm gonna hit start recording over here. So now we got the video recording for the other stuff. Let's see, display capture. Shrink this back down to size. Alright, so now that that's fixed, let's go back into our video. And we'll start this all the way over, because we do it live, baby. You know, you gotta excuse me if you don't like it. You know what to do. Hit the like button.
Ball Daima, Episode 11, The Birth of Majin Buu. In this episode, Majin Buu finally makes its debut as a more robust and powerful version of Majin Buu. With a yellow hue and an even more
I already said we review entertainment, nothing too serious. So if you got a show or something you like to watch and have somebody watch it with you, that's what we do. You know, I'll put you together a little quick mix on the topic, and then I'll put it out on in a video. But you know, we normally do lives on Saturdays, so that's where we at.
Intimidating appearance, Majin Buu raises questions about its potential to surpass the most powerful Tamagami and adversary that has proven invincible even against the mightiest forces of the demon realm. Unlike Majin Ku, Majin Dewey gives a commendable fight to Tamagami, showcasing its enhanced strength and abilities. This battle highlights Majin Dewey's potential to challenge and possibly overcome the formidable Tamagami. The scene suggests that our Rinsu is not only striving to perfect her creation, but also to solidify her influence within this dark world. However, with each step forward, the margin for error becomes narrower. Majin Buu might represent Arinsu's final attempt to establish a creation as the most powerful entity in the demon realm.
What inspired you to get into voice acting and become a voice actor and go on to voice the most iconic character in all of fiction, in my opinion?
Well, it's certainly not a thing that you plan or get inspired to do. I'm going to find a way to be a voice actor and voice a legendary character throughout time that's one of the most popular characters in world history. You don't think that. There was an open casting call. Well, first of all, I think I figured out I wanted to be a voice actor when I was a little kid and forgot about it because I ended up being a professional French horn player.
Yep.
And I played in symphonies. And then there was an open casting call in 1999 for a show called Dragon Ball Z. My wife, I was married at the time in 1999, was an actress, and she was looking for ads in the Dallas Observer for acting work. And she said, "Hey, Sean, there's a ad for a cartoon. You're good at cartoon voices. You should do it." Didn't say anything about Dragon Ball. Just said, wanted. And I was like, nah, I'm happy being a French horn player. That's what I went to music school for. I'm a musician. She's like, "I think you'd be great at it." I'm like, "Cool." So then I called my friends who I'd known way longer than her, who were used to me doing voices all the time. I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it." They go, "Are you effing crazy?" They go, "We constantly ask you to do impersonations. You're fantastic at this. You know, what are you nuts?" You know, and I'm like, "Fine." But when I do something, I do it serious. So I took all my focus and energy from classical music training. At that point, it had been 20 years or 10 or 15 years or something. And then I made a resume and I made a tape of some voices I had done at a puppet theater, and then I sent it in and they let me have my audition and they put me in a room to mimic the previous cast because they were moving production from Canada to Texas, and that's what I used to do all the time. I mimicked voices all the time, so I listened to the voices, I auditioned, and then I got a call from Chris Sabat a couple weeks, said, "Hey Sean, it's Chris Sabat, just calling about that Dragon Ball audition. You're gonna be Goku." And I was like, "Oh man, you sure?" Because I really like that Captain Ginyu voice I did. Because I didn't know Goku was the lead role. I did not know, and they didn't tell us in the audition. They just said these are characters for the show, and I was not watching it currently because I was too busy doing music and teaching.
Well, thank you very much,
I was like,
Damien.
all right, that's fine. I'll do it.
Appreciate
That's
that.
cool.
You know,
And
we
then I
need
was
some
working.
supporters around here.
2 weeks into work, I was having trouble with the character a little bit, trying to get it right. Chris is like, "You do realize you're the lead character on this show, right?" And I'm like, "I am? That's awesome." Like, I did not get it at all.
Had to go and edit out of his
And then the
Goku
rest
voice is
history.
hilarious.
But I took it very seriously. I'm very spiritually committed to it. I grew up in a spiritual household, and so I consider it a mission I'm on. Doesn't matter if it's a dub. I don't look at hierarchical. I don't look at dubs less than the original. If that were true, that means the original cast of Shakespeare from Shakespeare's time is the best cast you could ever have, and we'll never hear it. So I'm trying to go as hard as I can for English-speaking audiences and interpret the character for English-speaking audiences around the world. Smile at me a little. I
I've
committed,
definitely
maybe
been doing this for a
overcommitted,
while. I
maybe,
got
don't know.
videos,
I don't regret it,
lives,
'cause you guys
shorts,
smile at me a lot, so
playlists for
and I
days.
hear story after story after story of overcoming obesity, fighting, the death of loved ones, all kinds of things. Warms my heart. I don't have children, so I consider all of you my children. I do. And so I have millions of children that don't have my DNA. So thank you for letting me vicariously
Which
be
is
your
funny
dad. I
'cause
didn't
he's
have to wipe
married,
any of
so-
your butts.
That's awesome.
But I'm sure I'm also missing out on the joys of parenthood. I know for many parents it's a very profound thing. So I'm certainly not dissing parenthood. You have kids, don't you?
I have 3 boys.
And it's got to be transcendent, right?
It's wonderful.
I can't even fathom it. Like, I don't even understand it. You know?
Probably one of the coolest memories is watching Dragon Ball Z with my boys. And we're at the end of the Namek saga, and I'm like, all right, this is the episode where Goku goes Super Saiyan. Yeah, okay. And then, spoiler alert, Krillin dies. And then I look over, and they're like, what happened to Krillin? Okay, well, just wait. And then Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time, and my, at the time, 5-year-old and 3-year-old are just like,
This is
and
how do you feel as a dad?
Oh, it's awesome. I remember seeing Goku. I was eating popcorn, drinking lemonade first time Goku went Super Saiyan, and I just went. I think I was 14 at the time, but it's a wonderful moment to see something like that. And then kids are awesome, and I
They are.
totally
I was a
respect-
teacher for 7 years, so I do like working with
Yeah.
kids. But I definitely am missing out. Like, I'm getting a tear to my eye thinking about
You,
it.
you
so.
definitely left a fantastic legacy, though. So.
Wesley can't. That's just what it sounds like. He did his own thing for me. Or her. Damn. Hey, Vegeta trying to put in some work, boy. Look at him. I forget what the time restrictions are on this. Right back to it. like how good that animation is, though. They got your boy Vegeta fighting, look crispy as hell. Crispy. Let me clip that part. I might go to YouTube jail for that, but this might be worth it. Shout out to Goldman. Look at him, the bad guy.
Start by talking about King Goma, a central figure in the plot of Dragon Ball Daima. We know that he is a demon and, like any king, he is extremely ambitious. Demons in general have a great desire for power, and it is no surprise that Goma is after the demonic third eye. This artifact seems to be much more than just something valuable or rare. It is a key that can unlock immense powers, which justifies Goma's great interest. But after all, why does he want this eye so much? Let's explore some possible reasons. The first and most obvious reason is the grotesque increase in power. The third eye could actually be an artifact that grants the user a significant increase in strength. Or, even more interestingly, it could be an object capable of unlocking forbidden abilities, those deadly and extremely powerful techniques that are beyond the reach of most warriors. As
Don't forget to leave a like if you're stopping by, and if you're new to Geekdom 101, remember to subscribe and enable all notifications so that way you don't miss a single video. We discuss all things Dragon Ball here, movies, anime, manga, and even some video games. We've been here for 10 years and many more to come. I thank you for your continued support. Let's get to the video. After the huge lore dump that was Daima episode 10, we now have Dragon Ball Daima episode 11 called Densetsu, which means legend. Now, we saw in the next episode preview last week that we would have Vegeta squaring off against Tamagami 2, but that wasn't all. There were actually 2 fights in this episode, and the fights were very different. Well animated, beautiful fights. Go out of your way to see these, because they looked great, but they were very different. We're going to get to it here on this review for episode 11. I think episode 10 was probably a little bit better, but I did like this episode because, like with other episodes, they spent sort of, the early parts discussing some Namekian lore, then it goes into this middle section where it goes to Dr. Arinsu and Marba and Majin Ku, and they're kind of together trying to figure out what to do next. And so let's continue, because she has another piece of Majin Buu's essence, and therefore the plan is we're going to make another Majin, because Ku obviously was not enough to beat Tamagami 1, so they're going to make another Majin. Now, if you've been subscribed to the channel, you'll remember going back to August 11th, I did a stream where I discussed there were going to be multiple Majin Buus in Dragon Ball Daima, counterfeit Majin Buus, like fake ones. So we have our second one, and probably the last one here on this video. There is a sheet that went out recently that took the leaks from this channel of Marba, Marba, Majin Ku, and Majin Du, and then added 3 more characters underneath it, like Majin Marba and Majin Arinsu. The bottom 3 are fake. Those ain't gonna be in Dragon Ball Daima. That's fan art. Do not fall for that. However, Marba, Ku, and Du were gonna be, obviously, in Daima. I discussed them going all the way back to September when I did that video about the exclusive leaks, and on that video we discussed Majin Ku and Majin Du. So now they are here together, and so what ends up happening is Majin Du is created, and then the episode sort of ends in kind of a double cliffhanger, and that is Vegeta does go face Tamagami 2, and I do want to say I love Tamagami 2's like palace. He's in this beautiful, like, it's different than Tamagami 3 because Demon World 2 is different, so there's a lot of water, and like there's like waterfalls, like really beautiful scenery. If you're a Majin, a Demon Realm member, obviously Demon Realm 2 seems to be the best place to live, right? It seems the most comfortable. Demon Realm 1 has like the bottomless pit and those like floating islands, and Demon World 3 has that. Demon World 1 has some floating islands, but it seems to rain a lot. Kind of a volcanic type of place. So,
Demon World 2 seems like the most comfortable. First of all, I love Tamagami 2's design. He's got like a spear slash trident that he uses as a weapon. So that's cool. And he does face off against Vegeta, but the episode ends in a cliffhanger because Vegeta is swallowed by the Kraken.
What up,
the
Bronze?
Kraken eats Vegeta because they're fighting near the water.
Appreciate you being up this
And
border.
while that's going
See
on,
you over at the
Majin
video
Buu
sponsors,
is
Trap House
fighting
2.
Tamagami 1. So he's taking Majin Buu's place, trying to get that 1-star ball. So we got 2 fights going on at once, and I like that. I like that we have 2 different things going on. Meanwhile, Goma is not really paying attention to what's going on in his own universe. He's watching and following Goku on that screen. So, and you know, Glorio and all them. So he doesn't even know that his own so-called friend, not really, Dr. Orinsu, is plotting to take the demonic Dragon Ball right under his nose. But the episode did keep me entertained. That's the most important thing. It really flew by. And, it really just sort of came and went. There wasn't any parts that I thought were relatively slow. There was a conversation between Neba and Piccolo that went into Katatsu, which is Piccolo's father. I talked about him both in my review last week and in my breakdown. If you haven't seen that breakdown video, I go real deep into the lore. And Toriyama's clearly rewriting things, and I've talked about how there are good retcons and bad retcons. For example, Goku being revealed to be an alien in the early parts of Dragon Ball Z, which was not the plan originally from Toriyama, that's a good retcon because that opened up the story to space travel and, other Saiyans and things like that. So, change Dragon Ball forever, we can all agree on that. Bad retcon is when they do stuff like, for example, Piccolo not knowing how to speak Namekian, even though we literally see him speak Namekian to Kami during the 23rd tournament in Dragon Ball. They're talking to each other in Namekian language, but maybe Toriyama forgot that. I mean, he has been known to forget things from time to time. Not as much as people say he has, but, it's just a weird choice. A very...
When it comes to writing style, that's one thing I can't respect the man for. The guy was a D student who barely made it by, but you see what I'm saying? He put out one hell of a show for a D student, though. You see what I'm saying? Even barely passing work can be legendary. So, always put out your work, but I'm just saying, the guy was a D student. Hey, he didn't have no planning on the future. He didn't write out a story and then make sure parts that was supposed to happen. Yeah, he was just throwing shit in the mix because you never know what the editors would accept. Fuck that. That's why you gotta be a little bit more on my side of it when it comes to I see, because if you don't write a story, you want to know where the fucking story's going before you do all this fucking bullshit and adding to it. And if the people that want to buy your story to produce it don't like the story you wrote, you got to remind them, hold on, I'm not changing too much shit. I'll take some suggestions and keep the show, as y'all say, paceable. But yeah, you don't get to change my work, motherfucker. If you buy it, you buy it. Yeah, and what they say, you can't try it till you buy it. Shit.
Very weird choice. Nevertheless, though, like I said, I was entertained. The Majin Buu versus Tamagami 1 fight was really comedic, so you had that aspect. And then Vegeta Tamagami 2 was just badass. I mean, just a raw fight, and Vegeta fought him in base form, so we haven't seen him go Super Saiyan just yet. I'm sure he will have to, because even Goku had to go to Super Saiyan, actually Super Saiyan 2, to keep up with and defeat Tamagami 3. There were a few Easter eggs in the episode that I'm going to save for the breakdown tomorrow. There was an Arale reference. There's a lot of extra tidbits that I'm going to get real deep into tomorrow. And I also want to promote, before we go any further with this review, that coming up on Sunday, I'll be joined by Dead Dark the Artist. We're going to be discussing Dragon Ball art as well as Daima episode 11. And then we've got episode 12 coming up next week, which I think is going to have a big surprise. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to have a big surprise. Unless, of course, you've been following this channel, you probably already know what I'm talking about. I don't want to discuss it in the review. For those who have not looked at leaks, I respect you, and I won't be revealing anything in these reviews, just talking about like the episodes themselves and some lore, but most of that will be in the breakdown. Something else that I really liked about the episode was that we got blood. We got blood, folks. I was wondering if they were going to keep the blood in when this show went to Fuji TV, because it was supposed to be a streaming show only. Then Fuji got the rights back in March, but there's blood. Tamagami slices part of Vegeta's cheek with his like trident spear thing, and there's a trickle of blood that comes down. So I know that might not be a big deal to a lot of people, but Dragon Ball Super had virtually
Zero, no blood, which, I mean, they make the blood look black to where it looks like ink coming out the cartoon character, but you know in real life that he's supposed to be bleeding. But, you know, they want to, you know, try to keep it kid friendly because, you know, kid shows. But these ain't kid shows. These are adult and kid shows. Kids can watch it, but they're written for adults.
no blood till superhero, and I am not one of those guys that's like bloodthirsty where I need all my anime to be like Ninja Scroll where people are just gushing everywhere. I'm not that kind of guy, although that stuff can be fun, and I do like horror movies. But blood
He says,
adds
although
a layer of tension, and it adds it's a storytelling tool that is used to say, okay, this is dangerous. Just like in real life when we bleed. That's so if used correctly, it works. And I think it worked here, even though it was a little bit of blood. Also, quick sidebar, Jump Festa is today, and at some point tonight there may be some news about Daima or Super. I know the Daima panel's going on during the day in Japan, which is about 3 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. So if you don't want to stay up, that's fine. I'm going to probably wake up and cover it. If anything big happens, I'll obviously do a video on it. There's rumors of a trailer for like the rest of Daima. There's also talk of like there's rumors about Dragon Ball Super in the manga. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know that January's V-Jump will not have Dragon Ball Super in it. So it'll be after January, if anything, but we don't have any dates on that yet. So let's see if Jump Festa announces anything. I'm going to tell you now, though, keep your expectations low. But that we'll get to that. So Neva and Piccolo, I want to discuss real quick briefly. I do like how they brought up Katatsu, and apparently Piccolo, probably through Nail, has memories of Neva. He's like one of the oldest Namekian legend. That's probably why the episode's called Legend. And he actually tells Piccolo he looks like Katatsu, which is, of course, the Nameless Namekian's father. The Nameless Namekian was referred to as the son of Katatsu in the original manga. Katats or Katatsu, doesn't matter which way you say it. It's the same thing. It's like Kakarot and Kakarato. It just depends on which abbreviation of the language you're using, or approximation. But that's interesting. And it was cool to see that lore sort of get tied back together, but Piccolo not knowing Namekian was irritating. Now, they did reveal the whole thing about the Namekian language. The context of that is that they're going to need to take Neba with them, because apparently to summon the demonic dragon, you have to speak Namekian. Now, that is like Porunga, because of course it's an originally made, you know, by an original Namekian on, you know, presumably whatever Demon World 2's version of Namekian language is. I guess it's still called Namekian, but it would probably be whatever existed way back. Like, these Dragon Balls are very old. They existed way back. And actually, now that we know that the Demon Realm existed prior to the multiverse, does that mean that the demonic Dragon Balls do predate the Super Dragon Balls? Something to think about. I don't know yet. Something to think about, though, because we don't know exactly when they were made. We just know that the Dragon Balls have been in the Demon Realm since before Planet Namek had their balls. So Neba was the only Namekian to not leave. Now we know that for certain. He's the last one left in Demon World 2. I want to talk a little bit about Majin Ku also. I enjoyed the fact that he was so happy to have a brother. Like, he was almost like a fanboy for for Majin Buu. And Majin Buu did perform better against Tamagami 1 than Majin Buu did. So it's kind of funny because we have a situation where Majin Buu is clearly the little brother of the two, but because he was created first, he's the older brother technically. You know what I'm saying? But he's a mark, he's a fanboy for Majin Buu because he wants a brother so bad. Like, Majin Buu is a funny character, and part of me hopes he doesn't get killed because he doesn't really seem all that evil. But yeah, they have a funny relation. They're like debating who should eat the chocolate. There are aspects of Majin Buu's character, of Fat Buu's character, in this Majin Buu, but both characters, again, like I've said before, they're not meant to be taken super seriously. They're not on the same level of the real original Majin Buu. It's Marba and Dr. Aritsu trying to recapture that magic and having, no pun intended, and having trouble doing so. And so the fight with Majin Buu and Tamagami 1 this time is a lot less comedic, but it's still funny. There's a scene, Tamagami 1 actually gets hit a couple times by Majin Buu. There's a scene where Tamagami 1 shoots like a blast. It's magic in the demon realm. And then like Majin Buu does one too. It's almost like he's learning on the job how to fire ki blasts. And so Majin Buu accidentally blasts his own face and like burns it. And that means that Majin Buu can learn on the job quickly. Let's not forget, Majin Buu in Dragon Ball Z did the Kamehameha on Goku after only seeing it once. You know, and let's not forget that Kid Buu learned how to teleport. The instant transmission, as they call it in the dub. And he
Just
learned
from
it,
watching.
bam, from seeing Goku do it once. So Majin Buu is definitely, each new Majin they make gets stronger and stronger. And Dr. Aritsu even said in a previous episode, the last one wasn't even as strong as me. That was before Majin Buu was made. So they're doing their best to try to replicate that formula, but they're not quite there yet. Buu is a lot more like Majin Buu than Buu was. He can sort of use his like blobby body to like duck his head inside of it. Maybe he'll be able to actually absorb people. You know, that's something else that could happen. I'm not sure if it will, but they're getting closer. And yes, the yellow color of his skin, I think, is supposed to be sort of like a wink to the first form of Janemba, but I'll go over that in my breakdown video tomorrow. The pacing is up. Things are moving fast now. 2 fights unfinished so far. Majin Buu versus Tamagami 1 and Vegeta versus Tamagami 2. That will likely get wrapped up in episode 12 and maybe episode 13, but I think it'll probably be episode 12, I would assume. And then I would assume that by episode 13 or 14, the gang will actually be up in Demon World 1, and that's where things are going to get interesting because everyone's there. Goma's there, you know, Arinsu's there. Things are going to get discovered. We shall see. But I like this episode a lot. The pacing is up. Daima's fun now. More fun than it was during those middle, like, episodes 5, 6, and 7. Even though I didn't hate them or anything, they could have sped it up a little bit. Things are happening now at a much quicker pace. So, I liked it. Had fun with it. What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you guys tonight, late, if there's any Daima information, or tomorrow for the breakdown.
One of the most challenging aspects of Vegeta's journey was battling his inner demons. Memories of past defeats, especially at the hands of foes like Frieza, initially held him back. By confronting and overcoming these doubts, he fortified his resolve. And while the gods provided the philosophy and foundational understanding of the power which Vegeta seeks, Beerus served as Vegeta's sparring partner. Their duels, swift and intense, were lessons in finesse, control, and strategy. And through his unwavering determination, rigorous training, and deep introspection, Vegeta had not only mastered his alter ego form, but also became a testament of indomitable power. By integrating the god of destruction's power into his very being, he proved once again why he remains one of Universe 7's most formidable warriors.
In Dragon Ball Daima, Episode 10, Nahar reveals Supreme Kais, including himself, were chosen by Rymus after the multiverse's creation, tied to the now extinct Glins, whose life-giving trees are dead. This expands Nahar's backstory and raises the stakes for his role. Meanwhile, Neva, the ancient Namekian who created the Demon Realm's Dragon Balls, reappears after a long absence, now serving Goma with a sinister presence. His ominous confrontation with the Dragon Team sets the stage for an unpredictable clash. Nahar's revelations intertwine with Neva's return, hinting at a larger, multiverse-spanning conflict. The looming extinction of the Glines adds urgency, forcing the Dragon Team to face both personal and cosmic threats.
Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Sid?
I already joined this Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes. It's your boy Broly. Shout out to
You blew up the domino!
Broly.
And you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing price is here?
So for all the people that are new, shout out to the big homie Unrelent Gaming. Y'all know to go check out his official channel because I just review his content because he keep it coming and I appreciate that. You dig? So I appreciate doing the reviews because that's why we got Super Saturdays. We got Dragon Ball content, whether it's the original or, you know, fan made. Either way, Super Saturdays. That's why you come holla at your boy. I'm rolling up. Hopefully y'all twisting something too. You dig?
And turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Well, this is going to be a very exciting sparring bout that I eagerly look forward to and having to watch unfold. But even while I'm anticipating something truly special from both Goku and Gohan, I can't help but shake this very strange feeling that we are most certainly not the only ones who are here on Lord Beerus's planet.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of Goku now being shown having to train with Gohan on Beerus's planet following their initial arrival, it was only just upon with the battle being shown taking place with both Beerus and Whis having to observe was when Beerus went on to then quickly respond, "Observe closely, Whis, as it baffles me because while Gohan possesses a formidable form that he could choose to use and try to counter Goku's Ultra Instinct, he instead chooses to restrain his raw power against him, and I want to know as to why." With Whis responding, "Well, I do believe that it's mainly due to the fact that Gohan simply wants to see on how far he could possibly go before he decides to go and use his full power in battle against his father, and so therefore I do believe that it's rather not a bad choice for him to go and make, but it is rather more of an interesting one since he wants to go and see as to where his base level stands," with Beerus responding, "But why does it even matter when everyone, including his son, even knows that Goku is far stronger given the events of what had transpired with Murno before? And so what is Goku's aim here, Whis?" With Whis having to then chime in, "Well, although yes, Goku may be stronger, but I want you to go and take a little closer look, my lord. For even though Goku is far stronger than Gohan given his extended battle against my brother Murno, what Goku hopes to actually accomplish here is to simply ensure that Universe 7 is in safe hands in case something were to go and happen to him in battle, and I will go as far as to say that if it does, then he could simply go and count on his son to make sure that nothing is lost in the process, which means that Goku is counting counting on his son to defend the universe in case the worst were to go and happen to him. And so now let us just wait and see. To which, as Gohan was attempting to attack Goku by blasting him with Goku being shown leaning out of the way, was when Goku then went on to respond, "As good as you are and as experienced as you may be, you won't get very far like this if you're struggling to make contact with me, Gohan." With Gohan responding, "Well, although I'm still within my base level and trying to see if I can find an opening in hopes of getting the better of you, Dad, one thing that I won't do while fighting you is quit while I'm ahead." With Goku then responding, "Wait, so you aren't going to transform into using a higher level then? Interesting. Well, although I admire your efforts in trying to go head-to-head against me while you're at your base here, Gohan, you and I both know that this isn't going to work against me here, son. And so because of this, you will need more power," Goku continues, "because while I understand that you are trying to do your best while you can at your base, it just simply won't work here against me, Gohan. And while there is no telling on what waits for us with those demons planning on dropping in and out the way they currently are," Goku continues, "you'll just simply need to go and fight using everything you have here against me if you hope to survive, Gohan." But it was only despite with Gohan's defiance, with Gohan showing having to attempt to strike Goku, with Goku being shown grabbing onto his punch, was when Gohan then went on to respond, "Well, I'm not going to stop trying until I know that I have capped out on my base, even if you are vastly more powerful than I am within the moment, Dad. And so while I'm not looking to go and quit now, and while I'm not looking to go and give into your power, I'm not done." Well, you still don't seem to get it, son. While I do admire your efforts in trying to strengthen your base level here against me while hoping to grow stronger along the way, Goku says, I want you to go and show me more of your latent power that you and I both know which lies deep within you, because if you are truly planning on countering those demons by simply using your base level, then you've already lost, Goku responds upon being shown headbutting Gohan down onto the ground. And so I want you to please understand that what I'm doing here isn't by any means putting you down, Gohan, Goku continues, but it's only to simply go and remind you that if you don't give it your all to fight and win, you will lose. And so if you wish to stand with us in case something were to happen against those demons, then I would need for you to go and continue to push, Gohan, Goku says. For we all know that you have the power to...
That's funny, he narrate Goku to say that, because Goku don't act like that when Goku's fighting. Goku always want to start in base mode, get a feel for the person's power, versus, you know, coming in there RTG, trying to lock in and knock something the fuck out. You dig? But, you know, when things do get serious, Goku does lock in, but at the same point in time, he's still trying to see what he can get away with. So, of course, Gohan got that type of fighting style from his damn daddy. Shout out to being like your damn daddy. Hopefully, he's a fucking role model. Yeah, hopefully.
To go and achieve great things, Gohan, but you have to go and think about what we're about to go up against and the dangers that lie ahead of us, because if I was able to see it firsthand for myself, then you can only imagine as to what lies ahead. And in order for us to ensure that nothing ever happens to our world, Goku says, as well as those who we love, our friends and our families, then we've got to stand at our strongest no matter what it's going to take, Gohan. Because if you don't wish to have what happened before to happen again, then I'll need for you to go and rise and show me what your full power is capable of in battle, Goku says. No, I cannot have what happened here on Earth with Murno to ever take place ever again, Gohan says. Ever again. Never, Gohan then began to glow, as Goku then went on to fall on back upon Gohan having to ignite his power by then responding, incredible, but wait a second, this isn't Gohan's newly unlocked beast form that Piccolo had went and told me about, for this actually feels a little familiar to something else. But since when was Gohan able to go and achieve this transformation, Goku ponders? But of course, for I always knew that Gohan had the ability to go and reach the same status as I was able to reach in achieving Super Saiyan 3, but I just can't help but wonder on why he decided to go and use this, rather than instead go and jump right into using his beast form here against me. But even now, as I'm sure that whatever reason that is that Gohan has in using this, I'm sure it's because he wants to go and gauge his lower levels here against me before having to go and decide to go and use his strongest against mine, as it was only then through the smoke as Super Saiyan 3 Gohan was then shown having to emerge, was where this also went as far as to shock both Beerus and Whis, including Goku himself as well, as as Gohan then went on to quickly respond. Now, although this wasn't something that you were probably expecting for me to go and dish out here against you, Dad, but before I go into using my beast form here against your Ultra Instinct level, I just want to go and see as to where my other levels stack up here against you, so that way I can be sure of what I can go and use whenever the right time calls for me to go and use them in battle. With Beerus having to then respond, hold on there, the boy can also wield that ridiculously long-haired form that Goku wields too? But since when? Wow, incredible. Just look at you, Gohan. Goku went on to then respond, for you have no idea on how proud I am of you to have to see this, and so this should be really exciting for us both.
And once again, we have Rizhan appearing mid-episode with Super Saiyan 3 drip. Shouts out to Rizhan, you know, that's his thing, you know, he got the Riz. Yeah, he came through rocking Super Saiyan 3 like, oh, you might not have seen this from Vegeta yet, but you'll see it from Gohan.
I'm going into this fight with the mindset to destroy you one way or another. Well, as impressive as you are, and with the amount of power that you were able to channel through your Super Saiyan 3 level, Goku responds, at this rate, you simply won't be fast enough to compete against me, Gohan. With Gohan responding, well, you can just go and forget about having to go and bend the knee and surrender on over to you, because unlike how it was when Murno had attacked us, this time around, I'm not going to allow for that to happen ever again, and so I will continue to go and test my will against your Ultra Instinct powers until I am left with no other choice than to give you my all, Dad. But it was only just upon Goku being shown having to break away just before having to go back on the offensive was when Goku then went on to quickly respond, well, although I admire your will to never allow to
what up, Tanya? Good to see you. How you doing? Y'all know to go check out DJ Tanya Renee every Saturday on YouTube and every Friday night too. You know, Friday, Saturday. She be kicking it, vibing. We know when you say go run errands, you finna fucking do 80 through that fucking gated neighborhood. Like your ass ain't gonna get pulled over by security. You must be in a security car. That motherfucking Mustang got that security sticker on the back. Do not pull me over. I have permission to be going this fast. Hey, shout out to Tanya though. Hopefully you have a nice day.
Gohan says, with Goku responding, well, that's because I didn't, but it was as I had said, for if you wish to engage me and know where you stand when comparing our power, Goku says, then please go and put aside anything that might be holding you back and show me your all.
Technically, what Gohan was doing was trying to actually make Goku stay in his Ultra Instinct a little bit longer, so that way, you know, over time, Goku's Ultra Instinct always comes down. So it won't be as strong as it is, because he's been sitting here chilling, not doing shit. But then again, he ain't been doing shit, so, I mean, you know, neutral. Shouts out to neutral.
Gohan, as a tired Gohan that went on to respond, right, and so then I was right when I had originally assumed that using this form against you wasn't going to be more than likely what would get me very far here in this battle against you. And since I'm now left with no other choice, I can now start to see that this won't be enough, and now you leave me with no other choice than to do what I gotta do, even if it goes and breaks me in the end, Gohan continues. And so if this is what I'll go and need to do in order to prove my worth here against you, then I will go and give you everything that you've been asking for, Dad. Which was only within that very moment then as Super Saiyan 3 Gohan was then shown igniting his beast power and transforming even further was when Goku then went on to respond, what an incredible energy. Good, Gohan, just let it all out there, son. That's the way, because I always knew that you had the power deep down within you to go and create the change that you wanted to see, and so now become that change, Gohan. With Whis having to then chime in, well, now this ought to be good now that Gohan has realized that he will need to go all out against his father if he hopes to walk away from this battle as its winner. And so now because of this, I do believe that this is going to be a very fun battle to now watch, as Beerus went on to then respond, yeah, well, they better go and hurry it up and get this this over with because my planet isn't their personal playground to just go and do whatever they want with it. Which it was only just upon with Gohan being shown finally completing his transformation with Goku being shown having to call Gohan out was when Goku then went on to respond. And there it is. This was what I wanted to go and see from you, Gohan. And now that you're ready to go and give it your all, Goku says, what do you say you go and come at me and show me what this beast power of yours is truly made of? To which as Beast Gohan was then shown having to do exactly that. It was when Gohan then went on to respond, well, sue yourself then, Dad. And so if this is how you want to go and do this, then do yourself a favor and stay right where you are, and I'll go and gladly give you exactly what you've been wanting to get out of me. But then, it was only just upon with Beast Gohan being shown having to throw the first punch with Goku catching it and creating a shockwave along the way was when Whis went on to then quickly chime back in. Oh my, how truly amazing to watch unfold, for I can only hope that Goku is able to go and get exactly what he wanted by challenging his son to a contest like this. And because while I expect for Goku to remain in full control of this battle out here again, as Gohan Whis continues, I will go as far as to admit that even I'm starting to get a little excited and seeing as to how this is going to go. But what say you, Lord Beerus? With Beerus shouting, what incredible force! And Goku was able to catch and grab hold of his son's attack seemingly with ease. Now this is what I'm talking about, Gohan, Goku responds. And I'll honestly say that I wouldn't want it to go any other way. And so now what do you say? You nervous, or do you still want to go and continue? With Beast Gohan responding, I knew that this was what you wanted to go and see from me, but nervous? Not even close, Gohan says. And so now let us go and resume where we had originally left off, because between you and I, Dad, I never felt more alive to be doing this. But then, it was only secretly enough as the Demon Haas was then shown having to reappear by opening up a small portal and observing Gohan's battle with Goku was when Haas wanted to then respond. Was it almost great, for I was warned that some of these creatures were going to pose a significant threat to most of us within the demon realm, but I didn't actually want to go and believe that there would be more of them out there who would turn out to be ultimately this powerful like this. But even now, while I watch and study their fighting patterns, Haas continues, I must be very careful, for if I were to go and be spotted while trying to keep myself from being seen by those worms, then they're all more than likely going to be all over me, and I don't look forward to having such a thing go and happen. But from what I can gather down there between these two, it would only appear as though that the boy's father, who goes by Goku, is by far the stronger and vastly more experienced mortal between them. But this other one here that goes by Gohan is also someone to keep a very close eye on, Haas continues, because if they continue to go and train like this routinely, then this isn't going to be good, which is why I was sent here and seeing as to who exactly the Dark Master should go and keep an eye on. And while I have this chance to go and watch and study everything that I can and learning more about who the Dark Master should go and look after in case they were to battle them, I must be patient and remain hidden. Which it was only moreover now back on over with the battle involving Goku and Gohan, with Gohan now shown getting the better of Goku momentarily, was when Gohan then went on to quickly respond. You know, I'm not so sure that if it's just me here or what, but you don't seem to be holding out so well out here against me, Dad. And if that ends up being the case, then for your sake, I hope that you aren't holding anything back here against me. Gohan then went on to uppercut Goku in the face. And that is because you'd only be fooling yourself to think that I'll go and take it easy on you either way. And so if this was what you wanted to go and get out of me, then you can go and make no mistake about the fact that you are getting exactly what you've been asking for from me, and I'm not going to let up on you until I know that I am indeed more than strong enough to stand across from you in battling against the demon realm. But then, it was only despite with Beast Gohan being shown having to miss his hammer strike, with Goku being shown having to counter him, was when Whis went on to then chime back in. And so now tell me, what do you think so far, Lord Beerus? The boy is quite the impressive fighter when using this new beast form of his now, isn't he? As I can actually go and imagine as to how strong he could truly become if Goku continues to push him like this, but I'd rather dare go and say that he's proven more than enough so far, wouldn't you say? With the shocked Beerus having to then shout, oh, what are those two idiots doing? They're going to destroy my entire planet if they continue to fight the way they are, and so enough is enough, Whis. As if they go and continue to fight like this, then those idiots are going to destroy everything, Whis, and so you've got to go and stop them right now. Well, to be honest, I don't think that there is any need for us to go and get in between their battle now, since I do believe that their belief contest is about about to come to a close now, but wait a minute now. It was only just then during the middle of Goku and Gohan's engagement where Whis had gone as far as to sense something very disturbing, as Whis went on to then say to himself, hold on now, could that be what I think it is? But of course, now I see. Oh, wait, hold on for just 1 second there, Dad, because I'm not sure what it is that I'm looking at over there, but is it me or are we being watched by one of those little demons all the way over there behind you, Dad? With Goku responding, what? Being watched by a demon? This isn't a trick or anything now, is it, Gohan? Because I'm not sensing anything around us, and so are you sure that there's actually something there, Gohan? With Gohan responding, no, I'm serious, Dad, so just look, over there, you see it? As I thought it was just me at first, but I think that thing had been spying on us the entire time. With Goku responding, hey, wait a minute, you're right. Well, you can stop pretending like we can't see you now because you aren't fooling anyone here by trying to blend in while spying on us, demon. But then, it was only just with the demon Haas beginning to realize that he was caught onto by having Goku and Gohan notice him was when Haas then went on to quickly respond, wait, what? They were able to stop me moving about up here? Oh, just great. As I was wrong to just remain in one spot while watching them, and so I have to hurry and leave. But then, it was just before the demon Haas had the opportunity in returning back into the demon realm was when Whis appeared from out of nowhere and grabbing onto Haas by then responding, I'm sorry, but were you about to go and take your leave and thinking that we weren't going to catch up to you? Because you'd honestly be mistaken if you did, and so now I don't remember giving you any sort of special permission in being able to come home to us after previously being said to have touched down onto this world. And so now because of that, you aren't going anywhere. With the terrified demon Haas responding, wait, now just hold on there for just a moment, okay? Just wait, because I didn't come here to start any sort of trouble. In fact, I actually came here to, apologize to your god of destruction for the fight that we... Oh, really now? So you're meaning to tell me that you decided to travel and come back all this way just to apologize to Lord Beerus? Well, that's interesting, but between you and I, if I'm going to be honest here and say, I don't really believe you. In fact, Demon, I actually believe that you are here for other reasons, and it would be wise for you to tell us as to what those reasons are now before it's too late. With the demon Haas responding, just wait a minute here, I swear I'm telling you the truth, Angel. I felt a little bad about what we had went and did here earlier, and so I wanted to go and maybe see if I could make it up to your destroyer somehow, you know? Is that true, Lord Beerus? Goku then went on to further question. Was he one of the demons that went and started all of the trouble that you and Vegeta had to deal with before me and Gohan had arrived? But why would he come back so soon? With Beerus responding, yes, it was the loud one. You understand that by coming back onto my planet after what you did here is an automatic death sentence, don't you? And here you say that you came back into my universe so that you can go and apologize, did you? Well then, why did it go and take you so long to apologize if you've been here the entire time that these two here have been training, Demon? Right, and since you claim that you are here to apologize to Lord Beerus, well then, here you go. Whis went on to then throw Demon Haas against Beerus. For now, you will go and have the chance, with Haas responding, hey wait, what are you doing to my portal, Angel? Oh, I'm just going to make sure that you don't try and take the easy way out and leave so quickly without, of course, having to answer a few questions in the meantime, so that this way we can also make sure that no one interrupts our conversation in the meantime either. Wait, you don't really think that I just leave now, do ya? I'm telling you the truth here, honestly. As I was only doing what I was told to come here and do, and so why don't we just, kinda just forget about what happened here before and just move on? Maybe just become friends? With Vegeta having to look up and then responding, him again? But why would he be back so soon after having to take what he was sent here to collect like this? No, there has to be something more to this demon that he simply isn't telling them up there. Well now, is that so, Demon? Tell me something, Beerus then went on to question. Do you take me for some kind of a fool here? Because if you truly think that I care about any sort of false apology of yours and for me to think that you only came back onto my world just for that, then you are gravely mistaken, creature. And to think that I would allow for you to just sneak your way back up here was a mistake, Beerus continued. continues, but now that you're here, I can only go as far as to assure you one very important thing, and that is that this time around,
So you
you
gonna
will
try to
not be
dig?
so lucky to escape this world as you were shown having to be so lucky to do before, Demon. But then, it was only out of sheer fear itself as Demon Haas attempted to fly on down and creating a portal to escape was when Haas then went on to quickly shout, "No, the hell with all of you! You will never force me to talk, so goodbye!" But then, it was only just within the nick of time as Vegeta was able to stop Haas from flying through the portal and kicking him in the face was when Vegeta then went on to quickly respond, "As if you truly think that we are going to allow for you to slip past us and escape once again is ridiculous, Demon. And so for the time being, you aren't going anywhere, and so you might as well better start getting comfortable fast, because we aren't letting you out of our sights again." To which, as everyone was then shown having to look down, was when Goku then went on to chime in, "Man, it's like these guys just don't know when to admit that they've gone and went too far, you know? Because now that he's all alone down there with no other demons to save him, this isn't going to be good." As Whis went on to then respond, "Well, as it shouldn't, since they are all the main reasons as to why all of this has been happening, and so it is only right that he remains here for the time being until we can get him to speak on the matter." As Beerus went on to then respond, "Well, for what it's worth, he's not going anywhere because I'm going to make sure that he suffers greatly for trespassing onto my domain." As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of the Dark Masters, the official Murno sequel, manga chapter number 16 special, then comes to a close. Now, it's very interesting to see the way Demon Haas has now placed himself in a very difficult and dire position in having to be faced off against Beerus alongside Universe 7's strongest warriors who have all converged together there at the same time, as one could only imagine as to what our heroes are going to do to try to get additional information out of Haas. But the question now moving forward is, will the demon actually go as far as to reveal any additional information to our heroes, or is something more sinister bound to happen on Beerus' planet, to which this and so much more will be made available now on my Patreon for those of you out there that are members to see. So if you would not only want to go as far as to support all of the fan manga content that you see on this channel, but also gain additional access and exclusive content on my Patreon before anyone else, then I do encourage for you all to become a member of my Patreon today, patreon.com/unrealgaming, to which I will go on ahead and leave that link located down in the description box below and pinned comment section below as well, as not only are you guys going to be getting exclusive access and early videos on Patreon, but also for the upcoming story that we have lined up for next year involving the top 5 strongest warriors in the multiverse sequel, that alongside so much more will be showcased on Patreon first before anywhere else. So again, I do want to thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Thank you all so much for your time, to which once again, if you also just so happen to be new to the channel, then I do encourage for you all to head on over and smash that subscribe button on top of giving this video a big fat thumbs up by smashing that like button down below. Tune back in for more because we have so much more coming your way, and with Raijin now about to make his move, I think you guys are really going to like what we have coming up very, very shortly. So again, I want to thank you all so much for being here, everybody. Thank you all so much for your time, and I'll be seeing you all down the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and have a great day. Peace.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unreal Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms. Sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi,
Silent Cell. Me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing. Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You dirty bitch.
Roshi, the fuck?
God damn it, I need them to subscribe, Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it. That's the video.
Shout out to Master Roshi. You know, he's one of those people that believes to be who you are. Yeah. Then they had to come heal him.
I want to say this during this debug, and I'm getting a little heated right now, but that's more so because Danko doesn't actually do research and is like weirdly trying to pander to Peter Parker fans. First of all, you don't have to pander to them right now because they're down bad. Why are they down bad? Because Zeb Wells hates them. Zeb Wells hates Spider-Man fans. He's cucking him right now. He's beefing with Tombstone. He's getting punched by the dude that's smashing his ex-chick. It's a hard year for Spider-Man fans. Like, genuinely, I've had people on my own server, which you guys should join. Just a shameless plug. That are counting down when Zeb Wells stops writing Spider-Man. So the fans are already down bad, okay? You don't need to pander to them. They've pretty much given up hope, okay? And the thing is, I'm okay if you say it's a close fight. Like Spider-Man and Miles is a brawl. I would be...
Y'all already know to go check out the big homie DJ Is.
Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door.
One of our sponsors, the Superfood Parents, also.
Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light.
And of course, go link up with the Rumble. You already know we got Rumble ready videos too, so shit, wherever you like watching videos, come hit me up.
Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light.
A little bit too fast. Y'all know to hit that like button on your way back in. We got one more bonus video. Shouts out to the bonuses. Shouts out to your boy Sean Schimmel. He be the voice actor of Goku. I'm gonna have to get some more clips of Chris because you know I'm a Vegeta fan, anyways. Well, let's roll it, kid. We keep rolling. Everybody get your motherfucking roll on. Shouts out to motherfucking Lil Russell. Boy, you know that dude's out there doing it. I appreciate that because you know the music good too. Gotta appreciate that. Shout out to
Well, I
them
want to
beats.
remind everybody of something. I know there are some Dragon Ball fans who are like, we want Dragon Ball Super, and oh no, you made Goku a kid again. But, and I can tell you from my own experience doing it, what's great about Akira Toriyama is that he can take one of his, you know, an old concept or an old idea and make it fresh. Like when Resurrection F came out, even when we heard about it, I remember thinking, oh man, Frieza again? I thought we were done with Frieza. But then it was amazing. And then they brought back Cell, and I thought, oh, when are we going to have a new villain? But it was amazing. So initially I was like, hey, he's a kid again. I mean, it was GT, but I know if it's his project and he wants to do it and it's his baby, it's going to be great. He's really just so good at just telling stories and such a master of comedy and humor and creative ideas that while I'm a little sad I'm not Goku in most of it, I am in the beginning and the end probably. I haven't seen the last part yet, and I can't say too much. But you know, and I think they just announced a theatrical release for the English dub, which I don't know when that's coming out, but that was a surprise to me actually. They just called me one day and said, "Oh, so it is in theaters." I'm like, "Oh, all right, that's cool. That's fine. That's great." I thought it was really cool. So I'm confident for those of you hardcore fans that are like, "But I didn't want Kid Goku." I still think it's going to be amazing.
I agree.
Because of Akira Toriyama's magic touch.
Yeah.
And we're all going to miss that. And I think it's going to reverberate throughout the universe forever.
Yeah.
So, and I'm here for the rest of Z, Super when it comes back, if it ever does come back, because they would be fools not to finish it. But that's up to the folks in Japan. We got to respect that.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it if they need me. And the journey is going to keep continuing.
Yeah.
So, and I know they announced this at New York Comic Con last year. I know they made a 10-year plan with Akio Yoko's company, Capsule Corporation. They want to do more movies and more video games. So, you know, but they have limited bandwidth. You know, One Piece is real popular right now.
Yeah.
Toei animates that as well. One Piece is an amazing show. So, you know, I'm just excited for Toei's success in that regard. I'm also grateful to them as well and all the support they've shown me over the years of playing Goku, etc. So it's just been you know, in spite of this tragedy that we lost Akira Toriyama Sensei too soon.
Yeah.
There's beauty in what's left to do.
Yeah.
For his powerful work.
Yeah.
And I would not be sitting here knowing any of you or shaking your hands if a young Japanese man in the 80s decided to not draw a little Goku.
Yeah.
And so I'm here because of the power of one and a pen and imagination of staggering proportions.
That's so good. I think so many of us are here because he drew Goku one day, right? Because Goku really set the stage to change manga and anime storytelling and for forever.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us are here because of that. And that's why I'm so pumped about it too, because it's one of the last things that he's leaving for us, and everything he's touched, in my opinion, has been really, really good. And from a fan perspective, same thing with Resurrection F and Superhero. I was like, dude, Frieza again?
Yeah, exactly.
Holy cow,
and it was great.
And then Superhero, I was like,
Cell, what?
But it was great. It was awesome.
So
okay, that was great.
That's why I'm like, if it hadn't been written by Akira Toriyama, I'd be like, sus a little.
Yeah.
I'd be like, is it going to be good? Because he wasn't all over GT, and some people like GT, some people don't. I like GT just fine. I think it's good. And they're borrowing more elements from GT. People are like, is GT canon? Well, they're using Pan more. They're using their Super Saiyan 4 and Sparking Zero. So they're starting to borrow more elements.
All right, hot dogs. Y'all know to catch me next week. Super Saturday over here. Leave any comments on anything you want to watch in the comment section. Other than that, hit the buy me a coffee link in the description.